Park for the Los Barachos Softball Club LBSC Invitational Upper Division Championship. Game will be between the brothers and JGE. And unfortunately, they started the lower division pretty much at the same time. Can't be in two places at one time. So we are going to show you this upper division game. JGE drew a bye, and they just knocked out a pretty good team that had Nate Mercado and a few other major players on there. So JGE will be home because they were the number 1 seed. So we got the brothers here. We already showed you. What you're about to see is 16-inch style Chicago softball. Seen it correct. No gloves, 60-foot bases, lead off, can't steal. 38 from the rubber to the point of home plate, 6-12 on the arc, 1-1 count.
Let's go, y'all.
And we'll get a couple more little tidbits. Leading off, Drew Chaveria. We do swing heavy bats up to 38 ounces, 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on the barrel. And Drew rifles the hit, and that's how the game's going to start. Johnny McIlvaine picks it up and throws it in. Leadoff man on. And this is not a mush ball. It's a clincher. It comes out of the box hard, stays hard pretty much most of the game. Not as hard as a 12-inch, but a lot of people around the country call this mush ball. It's really not a mush ball. So here's Julian Gutierrez. And Julian, a little roller. Trey Johnson steps and throws. Tailor-made double play as Julian hit it right up the middle, right at the short center. And you know, Julian is probably not going to be happy with that swing. And Julian, certainly a major level player. So here's Tommy Coates. And Tommy drills it hard right at Alex Cotto, and they called him safe there. So Alex spiked the throw. Tommy Coates, who runs good, sometimes that puts a little pressure. I'm not really sure. I'll try to find out, Amalia. KJ, what's the JGE stand for? He says no clue, but the initials don't match. So we'll find out. We'll try to get somebody. Somebody told me this. Not the first time I've seen this team name. And Noach struggling to get down the line as the second baseman there. Struggled a little bit, but had plenty of time. So Chapo catches a break. Double play took the wind out of the inning. And we head to the bottom of the first, no score. It's cooled off here as the sun's gone down, and I'm enjoying myself even though it's a little chillier now. It's probably down around 71 or 2, and we are in the shade, which means I can actually see my scoreboard and everything.
Ooh, I thought you had it. I thought you picked that big back up.
And it's been a beautiful day out here. We haven't really seen any cloud coverage all day, and it's always a fun park to come to. As we are tucked in a residential neighborhood here. And they were way, way behind. This game initially was supposed to be played at 2:30. But with pool play and a couple of late drops, they had to kind of reconfigure everything. So the upper division just was a little late. So Veli leading off. Another one of this next wave of really good young Washington Park players. Veli, a member of the Pharaohs. Little ground ball, and it eats up Pops Alejandro. And Pops normally a very sure-handed shortstop, and these fields are a little dusty. It's a typical city park. And brings up Johnny McIlvaine. So here's Johnny now. Leadoff man on. So JGE was actually losing in their game about a little bit more than halfway through, and then just exploded. Little fly. And Julian Gutierrez, and we told you sometimes with these 4 diamonds, you saw that's JT Redis playing in a lower division game there, and Julian kind of was tippy-toeing, and a little bit of chaos, the ball drops. So it brings up KJ, first 2 hitters on here. And JGE starting off this game pretty much where they left off the last game. It was the last few innings in that game. They were really swinging the bats heavy. And now the brothers, even though they're the 2 seed, they had to play what would have been the 12:30 game, even though it started around 1:15. And they've been kind of sitting in the shade, so we'll see if it takes them an inning or 2 to kind of get back into the swing. There was no BP. And KJ, high fly ball, Julian Gutierrez tracking it. Julian got a strong arm and fires it in, but scoring from second is Veli. Early lead for JGE. So a little fumble by Pops Alejandro and the little soft push shot by McIlvain ends up leading to a run, and here's Julian Russell. So you don't see Julian necessarily as a name that often. These guys got 2 Julians in the lineup. And there's a little roller to Alejandro, big soft hop. Runner had to stay as the ball was hit in front, which is good base running. And that'll be out number 2. And it brings up Alex Cotto. Alex had a couple of big hits in the previous game. And there he rifles it. Wiz knocks it down but can't make the play. So he knocked the ball down. Looked like it was maybe going to pop back up to him. And then I don't know if he stumbled a little bit, but couldn't recover and make the play. And that's going to bring up Chapo, a member of the Iron Squad. And let's turn that down a little bit. And so here's Chapo, and he hits a high fly ball, tracking it in center, and now the left fielder, Drew Chavarria, calls it and makes the catch. But they do push a run across. Chapo flies out to end the inning, and at the end of 1 in this championship game, JGE has taken the lead. So, showed you a co-ed championship last night. Now it's championship Sunday out here at the LBSC Invitational. And Manny Sanchez, who's umping behind the plate, also did the food today. How about that? A little double duty. Well, walk the dog has its roots. It's actually a phrase you hear in pool when a guy rolls the ball right along the rail. And so walking the dog, a lot of times I will use that reference when a guy hits a ball down the right field line opposite of what you would expect his strong side. And there's an error by Alex at shortstop. So when a right-handed hitter throws it down the right field line, we like to say walk the dog. We also sometimes in 16-inch talk about guys that cut and pooch, which is the same theory. A right-handed hitter just kind of pooching or poking the ball into right field. So I like to use the dog reference. So here we go. Nick Wiz. First at bat, good speed aboard here with Pat Coates in a 1-0 ball game. So CJ falling behind here. And now he tries to go opposite field, long run, and and it's right on the line. And now it rolls out of play. So they'll hold that as a ground rule double, temporarily saves a run. Well, Chris, I'm a big believer. A lot of guys will do it in different ways. Some guys like to almost step back with their plant leg. So as a right-handed hitter, it's your right leg. Others will turn their body. Some will take it right off the carpet and flip it that way. And then other guys will try to get a pitch up and out over the plate, and they'll try to swing through it and hit a line drive. So we're all tied up as Pops Alejandro hits a sac fly. Good run in there by Nick Wiz as he hustles into third. So I think they wanted to say that Wiz left a little early. Now, I went down the right field line, but I didn't go soft. I tried to hit line drives that way. I like to get the ball up above the belt, and if it was away, I just tried to hit it hard so the ball wouldn't slice. And there's a hard ground ball past Russell, and the brothers take their first lead 2-1. So Julian Russell was really playing off the line quite a bit. I think he got fooled a little bit. I think he thought he was going to hit that toward the hole. But he got the barrel out around it and yanked it right down the line. And here's Tommy Gutierrez. Again, the whole premise here with the brothers team is they're all brothers. Julian and Tom, Pat and Tom Coates. Julian and Tom Gutierrez. Nick and Mike Wiz. Drew and, well, it looks like his brother had to take off, Angelo, who played in the earlier game. And it brings up Angelo Feliciano, the pitcher, with the leadoff man on deck, and he just chops it right to Trey Johnson, and he just steps on it for the fielder's choice. So, good inning there as we head to the bottom of the second for the brothers as they grab their first lead of the ball game. JGE coming up, and they'll have Dave, Trey, and then Rojas coming up. Jason Rojas. So I'm going to try to lighten up my contrast a little bit. We're in the shade. It looked a little dark, so I hope that doesn't make the picture look lousy. If it does, let me know and we'll go back. And this is a pretty park, to say the least. A lot of trees, a lot of shade out here. And leading off, it's going to be should have been Dave, but it's Travis, so I don't know what they're doing here with their lineup. I don't know if he's swinging for Dave Bradford. And to be honest with you, I don't see Dave. Dave's at third, so I don't know if he got injured. And this is a late change to the lineup. And Travis hits a sky-high fly ball. Julian's there, puts it away for out number one. And that brings up Trey Johnson. So I'll mark that on my lineup card, and we'll... So here's Trey. And again, both of these teams just pretty much loaded up with major players. And that ball hit the plate. And Trey, a little spinner foul. And that's a good example. You see he was trying to push that down the left field line. And he let the ball get too far low, so that barrel dips and it gets perpendicular with the ground, and very difficult even if you barrel up to keep it fair. And Coates in the center puts it away for out number 2 and brings up Jason Rojas. And that's the thing, if you're trying to go down the opposite line and you let the barrel dip, you get that spin and the ball slices foul. And unless you start that more out toward the second baseman, it's hard to keep that ball fair. And there you see Jason, but you see how that ball drifted foul as Jason let it get low. And he took that little inside-out swing. And the rotation of the ball, when you start it right over the first baseman, it's hard to keep that ball fair. The barrel's more level and you don't inside out it, you got a chance to get that ball to stay fair. So 2 strikes on Jason now. And this time he goes up the middle. Angelo got a hand on it, and Julian races in to make sure that Jason didn't try to take an extra bag, and it brings up Chuck Regaldo. Pitcher CJ on deck. Bottom of the second here, championship ball game. And Chuck hits a little roller. Tommy Gutierrez a little bobble, but he makes the play. So we'll head to the third, still 2-1. And in a couple of weeks, we'll be out in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. 10th anniversary of the SSA Las Vegas Big Ball Getaway Tournament. How about that, folks? 10 years. And George Bliss will be in Vegas. And we'll have the meet and greet on Friday, one-day event on Saturday. And it's always a fun time. So we will be out there for that. And probably let George do some interviews, and haven't talked to Ronnie Matriciano, but he may be doing the draw at the meet and greet. So we'll have all of that. Fun weekend. We got some out-of-state teams for that from Iowa and the West Coast. Always nice catching up. And Drew Chavarria, another base hit, as he just strokes a hard line drive, and now the ball gets away. And I gotta say it, this kid Drew played on Mudville. So did Matty Dozen, come to think of it, who's running the team.
You got all 3 on this side. You got all 3 on this side.
So here's Julian Gutierrez.
21. Lefty's thumb, left side. In on the line. You're good.
And Julian the other way, and the other Julian can't make the play. And there's the throw, and they're going to get safe under the tag. And now Drew's going to run home, and Julian was going to run there. So little ground ball, Julian Russell couldn't make the play. And he's going to put him back at third and first. And I'll be honest with you, I thought Drew did get underneath the tag. Throw beat him, but Alex had to catch the ball and drop the tag. And Drew, with a good hard slide there, gets underneath. And that brings up Tommy Coates. So runners on the corner. And that's a little soft pop-up, long run, and drifts out of play. And there are some people yelling safe. Maybe they rewound the tape, as I like to say. So nobody out here. The brothers in a good spot here to maybe pick up a couple of runs. And Tommy Coates has got a lot of pop. And this is a situation.
Ty was out at third though, but he seen that.
He's trying to get a little cute there with the flip ball. Rather see a guy try to maybe drive something. Now he does, and he hits a rocket in the left center. Chuck gets there quick. Forget about Gutierrez. No, they held him up. I'm a little surprised at that, but with nobody out, they elected not to take a chance. And that's what I mean. Tommy Coates is going to be a good one. He's young, going to flashback. Well, George Bliss isn't a big gambler. Here's Anthony Misek, also known as Noach. And Noach strokes it, but right at Trey Johnson.
What? Right side here.
And that's a big out. You'd like to maybe have Noach try to make sure he elevates there. Brings up Pat Coates, and now he hits a short fly ball. Chuck's got a cannon. Here's the throw to the plate. It's going to be offline, though. He dove and tried to make the tag. Umpire thought he missed it. Drives in the fourth run. Tommy Coates on the throw to the plate. You see KJ nodding his head saying he didn't tag him. And that's going to bring up Nick Wiz. So that's a good example of what I preach a lot. Sometimes guys think they got to hit that ball 250 to drive in a guy from third. You don't. And Wiz handcuffed Johnson, but ball was hit so hard he had plenty of time to recover. But they do push a pair across. And heading into the bottom of the second, 4-1, brothers. Actually, we are in the third. And that's like I said, it's very difficult when an outfielder, especially on that ball, because Chuck was on the dead run. He was trying to time it up to catch and throw, but he's moving. He's got to make an accurate throw. The guy's got to catch it, and then he's got to put the tag on. And that's a good example. That was not a deep fly ball. And the throw was up the line a couple of feet. And here's CJ, little pop-up. Drew Chavaria makes the catch right at the foul line for out number one, back to their top with Veli. And we're seeing a good wave of younger players from Washington Park, and there's an example. Veli let that ball get way deep. Nice catch there by a fan. And CC and Cliff over at the Pharaohs doing a good job of kind of corralling some of the best young players out there. They're going to be a force. And Veli, little overhand cut. Pop gets to it easily. And if they can keep that team together, they got such a high ceiling with all those kids. They're already playing elite level defense. And just got to get more consistent with the bats. And there's McIlvain. And he gets it past Angelo. Pops ran a long way, but the ball was hugging the carpet and couldn't make the play.
One day he'll get a real hit. I'll fucking see it. I swear to God, I'll see it.
So, 2-out base runner here for JGE, and here's KJ. KJ, of course, with high Y, has really developed into a fantastic hitter. He was always a great first baseman. Played college football down in Missouri, I believe. Lineman. And it kind of shows because he's got good feet around first base. McIlvain runs pretty good. And that ball just cleared the plate. I think KJ thought it might have nicked the plate. Usually on a ball like that, you can just see whether it bounces or whether it flattens out. And KJ just hammers it. Coates got there. Coates came in. It looked like he was going to steal that.
Last out.
And now he's working on a shoe over there. He had to reach down around knee high on the run there. Might have got a little handcuffed by it. It's KJ with the hard overhand cut, and it brings up Julian Russell. So after the first two guys went out, JGE putting a little pressure here on the brothers. And this kid Veli can run, so any type of a stretch single, he could score from first base with 2 outs. Alex Cotto on deck.
Come on, Jude.
And that pitch a little bit outside. And Julian to center. This time, Coates reaches down and he makes a knee-high catch. I tell you, he takes good routes, that kid. And he came in and made the catch. So we're going to head to the fourth. And let's pay some bills. See the pretty Sweet Buzz logo, upper left-hand corner of your screen. If you're an adult and you use infused products, check them out. Nick Drabel, co-owner. Nick, of course, this past season was with Moneyline, the short center. And Nick, a big supporter of the SSA, as is Sweet Buzz. They are one of our anchor partners on the Chicago Summer Series. And that's going to bring up, leading off is going to be Pops Alejandro. I'd like to thank Rich Melman, Let's Entertain You Restaurants. Rich, one of our longest corporate partners, been with us since 2011. We love you, Rich. Thank you for all you do for us in 16-inch softball. And if you're going to go out to dinner with your better half, please consider a Let Us Entertain You restaurant. And there's a overhand cut by Pops Alejandro. So the leadoff man on brings up Michael Wiz. We saw Nick Wiz, who hit before Pops in the lineup. And there's a little ground ball, little bobble there by Chapo, but he stayed with it. So Chapo had to contend with Pops Alejandro. Show you the first replay of the day. And there was a little confusion. You can see Pops just avoided getting hit, and I think he was in the line of sight there. Sorry, folks, I forgot my water bottle, and I'm breathing in a lot of dust. So Tommy Gutierrez, a little short fly ball. Veli comes in, and he puts it away. So 2 outs now, and it's up to Angelo Feliciano to try to drive in that 5th run. Drew Cheveri on deck. I'd like to thank Ray Zarnick, the Zarnick family, and Ziegler Chrysler Dodge Jeep up in Schaumburg. They underwrite the SSA Class A Men's No Glove National Championship Tournament. And many of you know Ray from his days at a previous dealership. And his son Scotty also up at Ziegler. So if you need a car, give him a call. And it's a big auto group. They can find you anything you want. So here's Feliciano, and he hammers it, but right at Trey Johnson. High throw. almost a little too nonchalant. And Angie kind of grabbing his upper right leg there. And he's limping around a little bit, you can see there. So halfway through, the brothers lead this championship game 4-1. So here comes JGE. It's going to be Alex Cotto. No, I take it back. It's going to be, yeah, Alex Cotto. Then it'll be Chapo. And then Travis Smith. And Alex drives it to right, and Julian Gutierrez, a nice catch. He did not go down on a knee. Looked like he was gonna. Julian, a tall kid with long arms, was able to just bend at the knees and reach out and pluck it. And here's Chapo. And Chapo, little overhand swing. Drew Chavarria, a good read, and he makes a knee-high catch. And that's a good sign. You know, when you're looking at these brothers outfielders, a lot of times guys try to slide underneath it. And when you can run through a ball and trust your hands and not go to the carpet, you save your body, your knees, your back, a lot of abuse. We see a lot of outfielders by the end of the year that rely on that sliding underneath the ball. They're pretty beat up by the end of the summer. And there's strike two. So here's Travis. And he hits a hard ground ball and pops, almost let it get too deep. But he made the catch. So we're going to head to the fifth. Pretty snappy ball game here. It's flying by. And the MVP trophy named after Joe Polito. Many of you in the softball community know who Joe is. You'll hear people call him Uncle Joe. And
Hey, stay strong, boys. Let's go.
Steve Rodriguez, who runs LBSC, goes way back with Joe Polito, and they named the MVP after him.
Hey, you should have went at that 3-1.
So it's going to be the top of the brothers lineup here. Drew, Julian, and Tommy, as they look to expand on their lead. And that pitch just caught the plate. And there's a little roller, big hop for Alex Cotto, and he makes the play. And earlier in the game, Alex kind of spiked the throw a little bit, but that time he reared back and fired it.
Come on, Joy. Pick me up.
So here's Julian Gutierrez.
There it is.
And Julian, a little knuckleball into right field in front of McIlvain. Strong arm, though, keeps him at one. Julian Gutierrez just sat back and hit a Humpty out there. Brings up Tommy Coates.
You're not pitching, are you?
And that pitch is a little inside. And that pitch inside. 3-1 now. Anthony Misek on deck. And he rifles another hit into center field. Gutierrez, though, doesn't want to challenge. Now the throw gets away. Oh, boy. So Julian wasn't going anywhere. Chuck Regaldo fired it right in, and they mishandled the throw-in, and Julian steals 60 feet. And now they got runners on the corner here with one out for Noach. And that time, Noach made sure he elevated. 1 run scores. Coates easily into second. So last time up, Noach hit a line drive at Trey Johnson in a similar spot. That time he made sure he elevated. 5-1 brothers, and it brings up Pat Coates.
There it is.
And Pat Coates drills one. Veli knocks it down, and Pat chews up some yardage. His brother scores 6-1.
Hey, come on. We got 2 out.
So the Coach brothers having an impact, and somewhere Jeff Hernandez is grinning.
Too good here. Too good. Nicky Wiz, let's go.
And here's Nick Wiz. And Wiz knocked down by CJ. Long throw in time. And that'll do it. But they do push across a couple of more. They extend out to a 5-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So I'd like to thank Hamlin Park and Rich Blake. Always does a great job out here. And Rich has always been very hospitable to me. And he does a great job. And also the courtesy extended by Steve Rodriguez in having us out here. And little Dave Bradford has grabbed the bat. Trey Johnson is up, and we'll see if he might be getting loose to maybe hit for CJ. And there's a ball hit, and Gutierrez makes the play. You might have saw the right fielder ducking over there. He didn't want to catch it in the back of the head. So Trey hits it hard, but right at Julian Gutierrez. Here's Jason Rojas, Chuck Regaldo on deck. So I got a feeling that's why little Dave grabbed the bat. And there's a little soft fly ball. Julian makes that play, having a busy half inning here. And again, that's the way you want to structure your pinch hitters, because little Dave does pitch. And Chuck keeps the inning alive as he grounds a single to center, and little Dave Bradford will be taking a swing here for CJ. And the reason why I say that is because since Dave can pitch, if you had him in the lineup and you wanted to, say, hit for CJ twice, and that's going to be way out of play, you don't want to, especially it looks like they don't have a lot of guys on the bench, you don't want to be making moves and then all of a sudden you got to start shifting your defense and everything else around. So 2 strikes on Bradford. And he just kind of choked up, hit a ground ball, and I don't think Noach was even on the bag there. Again, Tommy Gutierrez sat back on that ball. He just sat back on it. The ball was bouncing around. And Tommy kind of rushed the throw, and now you got Veli up. And Veli overhand cut, and Drew Chavarria, again, got a break there that little Dave didn't go to third. He tried to come home. Didn't really have wasn't really going to have much of an opportunity. So Johnny McIlvain up now. Matt Dozen just going to slow things down a little bit. And I think what Matty's trying to tell Tommy and their infield is, we can't play that deep. And on these infields, you're probably catching 2 or 3 extra hops, and you really don't want that. And then if you're so deep with quicker hitters, now you're rushing to make a throw, and if you don't catch it clean, that's when trouble starts. And McIlvain, right at Coates, just kind of mini volleyballed it to himself, and he makes the play. So they do get 1 run. They leave a couple of base runners, and we'll head to the top of the 6th.
Hey, that's game 4 for you. Yeah.
So it's going to be Pops Alejandro, Michael Wiz, and then Tommy Gutierrez as the brothers up 4. And the game's starting to get a little short for JGE, but we did see them late in that previous game to get here. They are the 1 seed. And they did score a lot of runs late in that game, so we'll see if they still got a little magic left. I think if you're the brothers, you'd like to find a way to string some hits together and maybe get yourself a little breathing room here.
There we go, full count.
And there's the dreaded leadoff walk.
I didn't even want to take the walk.
You want pops? You want
I
pops?
was letting him throw me a strike for it.
You want pops?
Hey, Mick, that was a meatball.
What the fuck?
And the fans are giving CJ the business, saying you walk Pops. People don't know about Pops, or if you follow the broadcast, you do know. Our second year when No Fear won the Class A Glove National Championship, and Wiz, a base hit right over the bag, and Pops gets all the way to 3rd. So Mike Wiz just hammered it right over the base, second time in the ball game. But people don't realize when No Fear won, he was the MVP and won the batting title. Now he's a cut push type guy. He's a smaller player, but when he's right, he's a tough out. So first 2 hitters on here, Tommy Gutierrez. And home plate starting to jump around a little bit on CJ. And Gutierrez a little roller, and Trey Johnson almost a triple play. Double play, but a run scores. And if you're the brothers, that's not what you wanted to see, is Tommy Gutierrez and Mike Wiz was trying to slam the brakes on to avoid the tag, but Trey hunted him down. So here's Angelo Feliciano. 2 outs now. A little flare down the line. Well, you should have coaches. You want to coach at first, because Trey Johnson, long throw, and Angelo clearly struggling with that leg. So we head to the bottom of the 6th, 7-2. And the first base coach isn't necessarily as critical as a third base coach, but you want a guy over there reminding that base runner of things like how many outs there are. Some teams will put on hit and runs, and, they'll want to just remind the base runner of things. You hope your coach is paying attention. As the catcher hitting left-handed, you might want to remind the base runner to be careful in that situation. So Angelo Chavarria is here. He's catching now. So you want to have a first base coach, and there's a little overhand cut by KJ, foul. Plus, a lot of times guys will hit the ball hard and they'll put their head down and they'll start running. And if an infielder boots the ball and it goes into no man's land and you want that guy to go to second, you hope that you got a coach who's, telling the base runner. So there's value in that. And KJ now beats it into the ground. Big hop. And so Tommy Gutierrez got a crazy hop there.
Hey, you want it?
He did a great job catching the ball. And then he just kind of spiked the throw, though. And you guys didn't see it, but I did a great job of getting my stick in the air and spreading my legs and letting that thing roll through the 5-hole. So KJ is on, leading off here, and it brings up Julian Russell. And there's a ground ball, and Pops, and and Noach. So Pops just kind of feathered it, and Noach didn't handle it, and then the ball rolled away, and KJ went to third. So now trouble of brewing. Runners on the corner with nobody out for Alex Cotto. And he comes through with a line drive hit, a run scores. Chavarria gets it in, 7-3. So again, that's an example of a ball. If Noach catches that, obviously Julian would be out. KJ was at second. He would not have gone to third. And on that sinking line drive, I don't think KJ would have necessarily even been able to get to third because he would have had to wait and make sure it got caught. So here's Chapo. So a little shaky defense here by the brothers, opening the door a little bit. And Chapo off of Pops. Coates gets to it, and the runner fell down. But nobody saw it. And Russell was able to pick himself up off the carpet and get in. So tough inning here so far for the brothers. Now it's a 7-4 ball game. Pops got up, got a couple of digits on that ball, but couldn't catch it. And here's Travis. And with one swing of the bat, he could tie the ball game. Little heavy pitch, and that's dangerous because Travis got a lot of pop. You leave that over the plate. And there's a little chopper. Gutierrez makes the play. So 2 runners now in scoring position. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first out of the inning.
Hey, top, 1-0.
Brings up Trey Johnson. And Trey just fouled. Just fouled. And KJ telling everybody it was just foul. I don't know if I'm a little late on the replay, but you can see it landed just to the right of the foul line. Not by much. And that would have been big trouble. It would have scored 2.
Come on, Nye.
And now he tries to go opposite field. Coates on the run, makes the catch and flips it in, but the 5th run does score. 2 outs now. brings up Jason Rojas. So wicked line drive by Johnson, just foul. And Jason Rojas way out of play foul. So the brothers, a couple of unearned runs in this inning, have let JGE get back into this thing. And that's the thing about these city parks. They try to keep them up, but everybody's got budget concerns. And we have not had a lot of rain in the Chicago area recently, so everything's drying out. And Jason, a little double hitch, and he fouls out. So we're going to head to the 7th. Game has tightened up here in Hamlin Park. SSA broadcast, second championship game in the last 24 hours. Bringing you all the action.
My free $10 bet.
Well, up until that last inning, they've been pretty quiet offensively, no doubt about that. But funny thing is, teams are superstitious. Sometimes you'll see a guy's coaching first and the team isn't scoring runs. And they'll tell the first base coach, hey, we're going to send somebody else over there. And they'll do it too with third base coaches. But I always like to have continuity because everybody's a little different in how they coach a bag. And Drew Chavarria hits it hard, but right at Chuck Regaldo, he makes the catch. Some guys are very aggressive, some guys are loud, some are quiet. And I kind of always wanted my hitters and base runners to kind of be able to anticipate along with the coach as to what he was going to do. You start changing guys up, and all of a sudden it's a little different. Julian, and KJ can't hold on.
Shut the fuck up over there, you crackhead. Go to school. Go to school. Get in class.
So I don't know who Julian's yelling at, but
Courtesy.
so Drew comes into courtesy. There's Tommy Coates. And Coates chops it. Oh, wicked hop. Alex Cotto last minute had to throw his hands up. And they almost had Drew Chavarria. And Brad was going to bring him up, I think, at second. Trey Johnson tried to slap tag it. Now, Drew Chavarria is built like a brick shithouse. Had he been a little softer, maybe the ball would have not popped out.
Oh, that's too late already. Come on, man. Don't strike your way.
So, 2 runners on here. And Notes walking the dog into right field. Another run scores, Coates to third. And they had been courtesy running for Noach. And Drew Chavarria is going to come out and run. So little insurance here in the top of the 7th. And here's Pat Coates.
Turn this one, cut up, come on. Where were you trying to go?
I thought you were shooting the ball away from him.
High fly ball. Veli's got a hose. And that throw way up the line. And Drew Chavarria originally got out there and didn't tag. But Veli ended up, I don't know what happened with the throw, if it came out of his hand funny. But it was basically rolling up the third baseline way wide. So another insurance run. It's now 9-5. They walk Wiz. who had a couple of hits in the ball game to get to Pops Alejandro. And Pop's a little roller to Chapo. He'll make that play. So the strategy worked. And as a manager, you like to see guys kind of settle into their at-bat. I think CJ might have got away with quick pitching them a little bit, and Pop's a little over anxious. And they're going to do a little maintenance. So do or die 7 for JGE. They trail by 4. They need 4 to extend the game. 5 walks them off and gets them a title. Anything less, and the brothers will win their 2nd in a row, I believe. I think they won out here last year. If anybody's out there, throw the Bear score up there. So here's Chuck Regaldo leading off. And then it'll be little Dave Bradford. He'll hit again for CJ. And there's a line drive off of Angie Coates, not in time. So nice effort by Coates. He changed directions, barehanded it. Or I should say, of course he barehanded it. We're not wearing gloves. But he one-handed it. But Chuck runs great, beat it out. So here's Dave Bradford. 16-3 Bears. And there's a strike. Dave didn't like it. They keep saying it hit the plate, but when the ball is landing, it's not flattening out like you would expect. And a lot of dirt came flying up. And there's a little inside out long run. Julian makes the catch, throwback. Not in time. So Bradford is out. It brings up Valley. 16-14. Would the Bears miss an extra point in that game? That's kind of an odd number, 16. So here's Valley. Pops did a great job to get to it, but his backhand flip a little wild. And it puts another runner on. 4-run lead here. They need a hit or a walk here to get that tying run in the box. And McIlvain, that's going to be fouling out of play. Johnny McIlvain kind of lunged at that pitch. Again, this is an example. You're down 4. Sometimes guys get a little anxious. I prefer that, this is when you want to go to your A swing. Pops to Coates. Chuck will score 9-6. They do get the fielder's choice, though. And more importantly, the second out. So here's KJ. They still need another base runner. And a very dangerous Julian Russell on deck. And that ball's cut out of play. I mean, I always want guys to go to their best swing in big situations. Sometimes guys overthink the at-bat. And they'll go to their B or their C swing. And when you're trailing and you need base runners and you're not worried about advancing guys, you want to take the swing that you're going to have the best chance at getting a hit just like that. And Coates now fumbles it. McIlvain will score. And KJ will go to second. So with the hit by KJ, 2 outs, 9-7. And Julian Gutierrez does represent the tying run. Wind picking up, blowing from right to left. Well, actually, it feels like it might be blowing toward right center now that I kind of feel it a little bit. You're not going to walk Julian and put the winning run in the box. Again, we talked about stuff. You got an infield that has already given us a few weird hops, and you got outfield grass that isn't pristine. So now Matty Dozen is telling them to throw it to second on a base hit because he wants to keep Julian, and Julian walks the dog down the right field line. And he's going to get into scoring position, 9-8. And Julian Russell, we talked about him, elite offensive player. And here's Alex Cotto. And there must be a fan giving him some business. And Alex comes through and we're all tied up. Alex Cotto comes through. Some good 2-out hitting has tied the ball game, and it brings up Chapo. Now Alex, he's quick. Chapo's got a little pop. Any kind of a stretch single with 2 outs. CJ coaching third. He may be sending Alex. And Chapo drills a hit. Cotto going to get to third. And again, the winning run was Alex Cotto. Pops turned around like he was worried about Chapo. Chapo doesn't mean a thing. So Travis Smith. And now you got to think about what you want to do. You're not going to cheat anybody with 2 outs. You got to make a play. Now Travis has not been running well. You got Jason Rojas on deck. And JGE trying to come back from the dead and steal this one.
Good.
And he catches a strike. If you're Travis here, you just want to hit the ball hard somewhere. And there's a little grounder to Gutierrez. He throws. Free softball at Hamlin Park will go to the 8th. So JGE scored some runs late to get here to this game in their previous game, and they turn around and they score 4 in the bottom of the 7th to force the top of the 8th. So Angelo Chavarria going to take his first swing of the ball game. Not sure who he came in for. So big change of events here. And there's a little roller. Oh, and it takes a wicked hop and hit Alex Cotto right in the side of the head. Down goes Frazier. I told you, this infield has been giving us some crazy hops. Knocked the glasses off his head. And this is 16-inch softball. There is no blue tent. And Alex looked like he was going to make the play. And the ball just jumped up. Kind of turned his head. You can see he's rubbing his right above his right eye. My guess is it hit him right in the glasses. Steve Rodriguez, of course, coaches him on LBSC. Wanted to come out to see how his young man was doing. And they're all kind of chuckling about it. Leadoff man on, and here's Tommy Gutierrez.
Let's go, Tom. Let's go.
So we knew Mike Wiz was going to have to leave the ball game. They told us beforehand, and I forgot, and that's why Angelo wasn't in the starting lineup. He started the game against Strictly Business. And here's Tommy Gutierrez with Angelo Feliciano on deck. CJ grabs a strike. So we're getting some crazy stuff going on. And Gutierrez just over Trey Johnson. First two hitters on. And you could hear Drew now because he's on deck saying somebody's got to go coach first. And nobody reacting on the brothers. And what we talked about earlier, we got no first base coach now. And my guess is Angie's just going to try to... And there he tried to pooch it, but McIlvain is there. And they throw to third way wide. And Angelo Chavarria, young player, what you got to do there is you got to get back and tag. And you got to kind of come off there, and when you see a throw is wide, you got to steal that 60 feet. So no advancement. Brings up Drew Chavarria with Julian Gutierrez on deck, and Angelo has come over here to coach first. And there's a strike on Drew. And a lot of drama going on here. And Drew launches one into the gap. McIlvain, nobody gets to it. The ball dropped. 2 runs are going to score. Chavarria hesitates, now goes to third. Drew Chavarria drove the ball. Told you the wind felt like it was pushing out a little bit. I think I got to that replay a little late, sorry. But Chuck and McIlvain both got there. They were maybe 6 or 8 feet apart, and the ball dropped in between them. Here's Julian, and he's going to make sure he scores the runner from third. McIlvain will stick it in his back pocket. And the brothers now have put up a 3 after giving up the 4 in the bottom of the 7. 2 outs now for Tommy Coates. If you're Tommy Coates here, you might as well, and they just get him. So now we go to a do or die bottom of the 8th. For JGE. They scored 4 in the bottom, but they unfortunately gave up 3 in the top of the 8th.
All by yourself, son.
And the brothers in a position here now to potentially put this thing away.
Don't go champ, baby. Hey, Mick, I thought you were pitching.
So it's going to be Trey Johnson, Jason Rojas, Chuck Regaldo, and little Dave Bradford. So Trey leads off, just fouled down the left field line. So he's missed by about 6 inches down the right field line, and now he misses by probably 8 to 10 inches. I should say down the right field line, and now 6 to 8 down the left field line.
No, we got our first place trophy already.
So this game has turned into a pretty fun ball game here the last couple of innings. Tries to get him to bite on the fastball. Angelo knocks it down, can't recover. Leadoff man on. Both teams picking up the offensive intensity here. And Rojas, a little roller, and it's going to sneak through. Tying run is going to come up to the plate in the form of Chuck Regaldo. And Trey Johnson scoring all the way from first on that.
This guy off second base.
Matty telling me to keep Chuck off a second. He comes through. And Rojas will stop at second. Still nobody out here. And here's the little Dave Bradford with the top of the lineup looming. Tying run at first, winner in the box. And you can't cheat little Dave. He'll go big on you once in a while. And they're respecting that. And he did try to go a little bigger, and they'll throw to third, no advancement. And that is the first out of the inning. And again, if you're little Dave there, you got to find a way to get one in or get them both over. And if that meant hitting a slow roller to second, that's what you got to do. Here's Veli, good speed at first, good speed in the box. Veli, a tough kid to double up. So you got to make sure you get one out here. And Veli, Pops knocks it down and flipped it from his belly to third for the fielder's choice. So Veli smoked it. Alejandro, great play here from his belly. Gets the fielder's choice. 2 outs now for Johnny McIlvain. Tying run at first. Terrific speed on the bases. And McIlvain looked like he was maybe going to try to go to right field there. And that's short. If you're Angelo, you certainly don't want to put the winning run on base. And that ball hit the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And KJ, McIlvain runs well. Veli runs well. KJ been wearing out left center with that hard overhand cut. McIlvain will be running on the swing. He'll have a great opportunity to score on the stretch single. Keep an eye on Angelo. He does have a variety of pickoff moves.
On the swing, boys. On the swing, Belly.
It might be coming. And there it is. We told you. He's got a variety of moves. And that ball was actually fired right over the bag, but Noach wasn't there. Now he's already used his 2 fakes. So now if you are a base runner, you can see McIlvain knows it. KJ beats it on the ground to Gutierrez, and he made a mistake there.
many kills, Theo?
and 2-run score, and we're tied up at 12.
Hey, Dave!
Now the winner is at second. Gutierrez made a critical mistake there. He looked at second, wasn't going to get McIlvaine because after the pickoff, he was way off the bag there. That's the problem. Once you do the 2 arm actions, now Angelo did have a 2-2 count. And Angelo could have just wasted a pitch there and reset at 3-2 if he wanted. But with 2 outs, everybody would have been running anyway. So that's the game winner. We're tied at 12. And they're going to walk Julian Russell to get to Alex Cotto. They must have been watching the Melrose tournament. And now the bases are loaded. Now it doesn't take a hit, an infield error or a walk wins the game. And Cotto drives it to the gap. Coates is there, and we will go to the 9th. Tied at 12. Holy mackerel. Great base running by McIlvaine. He got that big lead after the pitcher used a fake and a pickoff. Pitcher could not throw over here, or it would have been a ball. 3-2, the runners would have been going. So what a ball game we got brewing here. It's going to be Noach, Pat Coates, and Nick Wiz coming up here.
Come on, no, come on.
Thought I'd be home by now, but that's out the window. But a terrific ball game here. Here's Noach, single down the right field line his last time up.
2. All right, no. Here we go, no.
So 2-2 count now.
Here we go, no.
And that's illegal. Full count. And Noach swings, but didn't quite get the hands out. Long fly out for out number 1. And here comes Pat Coates with Nick Wiz on deck. JGE was actually pretty quiet for about 6 innings. But they've scored 4 and 3 in the last 2. And there's a little chopper, big hop to Russell. Quick little throw. 2 up, 2 down. And that can be disheartening when you got a 4-run lead and it gets wiped out, and then you take a 3-run lead and you're feeling pretty good about it. And Big Mo certainly feels like it's on the side of JGE right now.
Good eye, good eye.
Pops Alejandro on deck. Grabs a strike there. Wiz didn't like it.
All right, Nick, here we go. Do your thing.
And Wiz, a long fly ball. Veli makes the catch. So we head to the bottom of the 9th, still tied.
Hey, pick me up!
12-12. Bottom of the 9th. So is that a final of the Bears game, 21-16?
That's the final, Gio?
I don't know. Bears were up, but now the Raiders had taken the lead. Well, Jackson, had you guys not lost your game, I'm sure you would have been out here playing softball too. So it's going to be Chapo, Travis, and Trey. Any kind of a run wins it. Little roller, whiz, a little bobble, throw, right over the top of the camera. Winning run at second base. We'll see now if they walk Travis to set up a double play. So they're going to walk him. Well, I thought they were going to walk him. Now they're going to pitch to him. If you're Travis, and Tommy Gutierrez is sneaking in like he may. And Travis does his job, hits a high fly ball. And Tommy Coates right on the money to the cutoff man. Winning run now at third base with one out. You got Trey, who they're not going to let take a swing. And we'll see if they want to pitch to Jason. But that would get you to Chuck. So now they're going to put Trey on. So now Trey's a veteran. And I was with Flash in 2011. Timmy Korenkowski was still a real young player, and he came up in a couple of big spots, and I went out to talk to Jeff Hernandez. Sal Milazzo was hitting behind Timmy at that time, and Gibbs wanted to pitch to Timmy because he was a young hitter, and I talked to him, and he told me on both occasions, you don't want me to walk him, do you? I said, no, I want you to. I just came out here to let Timmy think we were going to walk him to take him off his train of thought. So here's Chuck, a fly ball wins it, and there it is. JGE comes back from the dead, and they win in 9 innings. So the brothers just couldn't figure out a way to end the ball game. They led by 4 heading into the bottom of the 7th, couldn't hold it. And then they turned around and they took a 3-run lead in the 8th, couldn't hold it. And JGE comes back and wins. So tough loss for the brothers. Maddie, take a picture.
Let's go.
So we'll get pictures.
Hey, look, Johnny, I told you I'm winning now. 2 comebacks in a day.
So we're going to take some pictures, and then we'll have the trophy and the MVP. So the brothers played well, but JGE just wouldn't quit, wouldn't go away. And they come back and they win.
Damn, dog, you're supposed to be with us!
I chose the right team.
You're supposed to be with us, dog!
It looked like I chose the right side, dog.
So here comes JGE. They're a happy group. And they played real well. They did not give up the ghost. Came back from the dead twice in that ball game. We got to wait till they give you the hardware.
I'm sorry. Congratulations, boys. I would like to give this award
hold on.
after Francisco Arenas to Matt Kevin. Let's
So KJ gets the Francisco Arenas MVP award. KJ, happy camper. We'll take some pics.
All right, boys. Chick-fil-A on me. Chick-fil-A on me. Let's go right now.
So Chick-fil-A's. All right.
Yeah, I trade you this. You got this. I'll take that.
So we'll talk to the MVP. How's it feel, KJ?
Just glad we was able to stay together, come out and get the win, man. Kodo asked me to come out, Trey asked me to come out. We just had some fun today.
Well, you guys didn't give up the ghost, man. 2 big comebacks, and you sealed the deal in the 9th.
Yeah, you know, you just got to keep playing. Game of softball, you got to hit. You know, errors going to happen. You just got to keep hitting, that's all. That's it, that's all.
There you go. If I was a team, I'd just put a guy in left center field and take that cutaway.
Yeah, hopefully I can hit it somewhere else. Hopefully I'll hit it right to him. That's the plan. Just hit it where they ain't, right?
There you go. There's a happy guy. They're going to take some pictures and some selfies. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. Fantastic championship game here at the LBSC Invitational. Kevin Johnson, the MVP, and they hold on, shocking the brothers. So thanks for tuning in, folks. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. And there's Johnny McIlvain. We will talk to you all soon. We love you.